Namaste, magicians, and welcome to Soul Horoscope SuperScope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Witecki. I'm your Sensei to Sirius Joy, and I believe there are 11 steps to happiness, or what I call Sirius Joy. And when you are a Pisces or a Pisces Rising, you are magical, and you are the heaven of Step 7. Step 7 is heaven. In fact, I was laughing to myself before this horoscope. There was a time in my life, I think everyone can say there's a time in their life when they're hooked on a Pisces, right? And my sensei, who taught me astrology, I went to her and I was like, oh my gosh, but she feels so cozy and she's so sweet. I was talking about a Pisces girl I was dating, and she was like, whoosh, they all feel cozy and sweet. Snap out of it, you know? And it's like, oh, that's right. Pisces are all cozy. They're all sweet. Maybe we should move forward. And it's funny, I bring that up because I was watching, Pisces in the news, and Justin Bieber, who is probably the most famous Pisces in the moment, now that Steve Jobs has died. I mean, I don't know, bring up another. But he's been getting booed on stage and stuff in Canada. And to me, I was like, it's that grand cross we're going through, which has to do with, to some degree, who you are in the world. But first, let's start on what this month is about. Hey, Pisces, this month is about your self-esteem. Really, your soul capital conscious, what I call it. And this is the year that I believe Pisces will make a quantum step north in your ability to hold space, trust, and bring more to you, more that you deserve. So this is a big shift in your value consciousness, but in essence, you're going to change direction on what you produce and what you put your time and energy into. That's the essence of it. And what this leads to is your abundance. So they say, you know, abundance, the ability to draw in more than you need. Well, these are the beginning steps of that. Now, the universe is going to bring us a lunar eclipse this week to give you a powerful punch in the wrong direction, which sets you in the right direction. I'll tell you that in a second, but it's all based on this, a grand cross going on. Now, this is important because it's like braces. God, universe says, we're not going anywhere. We're going to stay right here. The way it feels in your life is a tug of war between these poles. So Uranus and Aries is that it's time to make more money. You want more money, more for what you do, da-da-da-da-da. Who doesn't? But Pisces really mean it this time, right? And you're feeling it this time. On the other side, Mars retrograde. So Mars is our masculine energy, but it's retrograded, so we're all feeling deflated. On the other side of this is, where should I draw my lines? Now, drawing your lines is as simple as, what should I price myself at? What should I say I'm worth? Where does, because Pisces are so giving, this is where things get a little complicated. So that's one parallel. The other parallel is where the beepster is getting hurt, Pluto versus Jupiter. Pluto in Capricorn is saying, hey, there's an old reputation that's dying, whatever it was. So Bieber is going to have to reinvent himself, I guess, or I'm not sure, but we'll see. Steve Jobs is dead. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, Steve, but at the end of the day, you're going to reinvent yourself. On the flip side of that, though, it's Jupiter in Cancer, the South Node, that's really pushing this story. And that story is, hey, what does my heart want? In fact, Jupiter in Cancer is pushing the whole story. How much you should charge, where you draw the lines, how you make money, all comes down to what the heart wants. In fact, where do I belong in society? Again, what the heart wants. So what I would say to Mr. Bieber is, hey, just hang out with the people you like and forget the rest. Don't try to be anything for anyone but your own heart right there for yourself. So this leads up to the cosmic shift of the week, which is a lunar eclipse, a big one, all right? This is a full lunar eclipse at step 25, which you should know, step 25 is a 7, which means it's a Pisces eclipse. Yeah. So even though it's in Libra, it's at the end of the day going to play a Pisces note, which is, kind of put a calm on the planet. And actually, I think what's going to happen is putting the calm on the planet will make the rest of the planet go, whew, and shiver, and then power structures fall apart from the shiver. That's what I think it's going to be. Now, for you, it's just that. You may aim for a whole nother model, or something you were heading for may suddenly go away. What I mean is, like, you might have been saying, I'm going to be in school to be a doctor, and they go, nah, I don't really want to be a doctor. You may completely let go of something you were becoming and just let it go because you realize it's in the way of feeling valuable right now. And that's okay. If Spirit says it's okay, if it feels and it senses right, it is right. And I think Pisces, because it's a step 25 holiday, Pisces are going to be feeling more empowered with the universe in the eclipse than anyone else, even though it's in Libra Aries. I think you're going to feel it. Now, that said, you're letting go. What does that lead? That leads you to open up to unlimited new options with valuable. If I'm not holding on to this, well, where can I make money? Where can I manifest here? Now, lunar eclipses are funny. They're very powerful. I mean, they often cause earthquakes, tsunamis. I mean, they often do, especially full lunar eclipse. It has to do with the geometry of these planets lining up. And it can affect a person's life 3 days before or 3 days after. So you may see things rumbling and falling apart in trust and intimacy issues as early as this weekend, and then by the eclipse, things are already down or changed, okay? It's also possible that if you're a late bloomer, the eclipse would hit you a little late. The truth is it's going to hit us Tuesday morning, real early Tuesday morning in the United States. So really it's on Monday night you want to go to bed and go, okay, here's what I'm willing to be flexible on. And that's, in essence, what Pisces are trying to do here with this eclipse is be more flexible, be more open. Now, because this hits you along the value conscious line with trust and intimacy, this is not the time to sleep with the wrong person. This is not the time to drink and drive. This is not the time along this fault line to take any risks if you're a Pisces, okay? So remember, it begins as early as Sunday, really powerfully. Monday night, going to bed, the eclipse energy is way on. It may knock us out. It may make us stay up all night. By Tuesday early morning, that's when it apexes around 3 a.m. Eastern time in the United States. So this is the tug of war. Now, this may all be playing out with some sort of paycheck or bid for a job or desire to manifest money, because that's the same fault line and that's what we're going for. And so in that case, again, it's like get out of your own way as far as what you were holding on to on the big picture. Then on Wednesday, things get kind of foggy for you, but you actually very privately make some decisions that may be forever. And then it's professional on Friday. So if this was a career thing, you might find out on Friday or Saturday what's going on. You might find that you were laid off. A lot of times people are let go of things, so they move on and swim to something else, and a lot of Pisces will stay there unless they get kind of cut loose. So sometimes this seems negative. It's going to have a positive effect eventually, I believe, for you to step into a new income bracket, a new soul capital. So this is about your passionate strength for what was your old values, holding out for a higher price. That means you let go of things you were aiming for and you remain flexible. It also means that you follow your heart 100% and you remain flexible with society. To me, your passionate strength to be there for what's valuable to you will turn into courage as you have to go through the transition of the eclipse. But it will lead to a grand raise, I believe, in soul capital and money for the Pisces and Pisces Rising. We'll see. I'm usually right about these things, I just gotta say. All right, so what about if you love like a Pisces? Then you are what I call a 7VQ, or you have Venus in Pisces. And I've got to say the 7VQs are finding love. Right now, even though Mars is retrograde and people are all inside out about what they want to have sex with, they are moving forward if they're a 7VQ or an 11VQ because of Venus in Pisces. So love story is moving forward. That means willpower is moving forward, and that probably means that you might be changing what you're sexually attracted to while Mars is retrograde. However, you should still go out in the public and be seen if you have a 7VQ or Venus in Pisces, because it is all about kind of finding the new sexiness in you, and that's what the 7VQs are bringing back. The sexy is coming back. Now, if you don't know, 7VQs basically only want spiritual love anyways, so in the end of the day, it won't be just sexy that you stay for. However, it's still important to be sexy, is it not? So 7VQs have a lot of cool stuff, and it's very possible by Love Fest Day, which is about 2 weeks, you might actually meet your first wave of love. For those who are in an existing love affair, it's a rekindling. It's a re-sexiness for the 7VQs coming up. So good news for those and the 11VQs. If you're looking to date someone, you might try 11VQ. It's your opposite, but they're both kind of into it right now. All right, so if you want to see how this whole month turns out, come on down to soulmart.me and buy a Megascope monthly. I have diving deep, 30 minutes of going into exactly how each weekend is, and the eclipses. I put in an extra file for an arc of the story, and it's just $13.95 at soulmart.me. There's another eclipse I haven't even mentioned yet because of the time limitations, already at 9 minutes, that happens at the end of the month, the solar eclipse. Of course, the horoscope will get there. If you want to find out now, get your Megascope. And if you'd like to be live coached in the moment over your phone, come to gavenus.com. I'm a light worker that helps people in the moment. I digest your chart, and then I kind of chase after you with text messages to stay in the moment. So see what it's like. The first week is free if you're interested. And lastly, I want to invite you to please subscribe to our channel if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. We're now available at soulgarden.me. Come like us there. And if you want to be emailed, the horoscopes and the zodiac weathers, come on down and come to our mailing list at soulmart.me. So many places, so many little time. All right, my Pisces and Pisces Risings, the Magicians. Time to raise your prices. Remain flexible. Remain willing to work with the universe. But most importantly, listening to thy heart. That is Jupiter in Cancer. Until next week, live, love, be.
Soul Garden.